Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck Movies. My name is John, and this video is going to be part 2 of my complete Vinegar Syndrome collection. But first, I've got an unboxing for you. So I have here a package from my good friend Craig Burton. So Craig got in touch with me and said he had 2 of these films. Did I have this one? Well, I kind of have, but I haven't got this version. So I snapped it up immediately, and I wanted to say a big thank you to Craig for giving me the opportunity to get that one at a great sweet deal. So, expertly packed. I mean, come on. All this for one movie. So Nurse Scalpel, thank you. I'm sure a lot of people will remember the title of the channel Spider Geek on YouTube. Now I'm going to say that in my opinion, I'm sure a lot of people would agree with us on this, that Spider Geek the channel had some of the best editing you will ever see in a YouTube video that was so short, sharp, quick. So the short story is that Craig is going to come back to YouTube, not as Spider Geek, but he's got a new channel. And he's going to be focusing at this point on video nasties. So what's not to like about that? So once again, thanks Craig for this. Look at that. Are you watching Amazon? So the note says, Dear John, hope you enjoy the new addition to your collection. Cheers for all the awesome conversations about messed up films. Haha. Yes, we've had some good chats over Instagram. Take care and keep it nasty, Craig. So the film that Craig has sent me is a Section 2 banned video nasty on 4K of The Boogeyman, or The Boogeyman. I mean, honestly, Vinegar Syndrome slips are the stuff of legend. So what I'll do now is, I will take this downstairs, I'll unbox it downstairs on the overhead camera, and we'll also go into part 2 of my Vinegar Syndrome releases. So I want to thank you once again, Craig, and don't forget to check out that Instagram link down below. And also in the future, when Craig gets his channel starting up good and proper, I will leave lots of links to that in forthcoming videos. So once again, cheers, Craig. Appreciate that, mate. So let's take a close look at this one. Craig has provided me with a protective plastic bag for this one. Now I will be swapping it out with the hard plastic one, so my good friend Dave Ramsden. But what I want to do is, actually, I've had a thought. These ones here that Craig's got, I'll get in touch with him and ask him which ones he got. Probably I would imagine you've got a package from Amazon. Just before I get into this one, I'll show you the previous release I've got of this. This is from the Slasher Classics collection from '88. This is spine number 10. This is from 1980. This is the UK title, The Boogeyman. Obviously in the US that translates to The Boogeyman. You do get this alternative cover on here, which is The Boogeyman, which would be probably a US cover. And you do get this booklet in here as well. Filled full of text. So yeah, really good edition this was. This was the first time I really saw The Boogeyman for what it was, or The Boogeyman, and I really enjoyed it. It is a great film as well, Section 2 bound video nasty. So here you've got this amazing slip, Vinegar Syndrome slips. I don't have to tell you how good they are, but they're just the stuff of legend. The 4K in here is unopened, it's brand new. Getting back to the slip though. The most terrifying nightmare of childhood is about to return. If you haven't seen this movie, it's quite hard to explain. Is it a slasher? Not really. It's more sort of like a paranormal movie, if I had to say. Lovely colour scheme on this, love that. So in here, Nurse Scalpel. I have heard great things about this 4K mind, really have. Here's all the extra features you get in here. It does say it's region free. Obviously the 4K is region free. So you get the 4K and you also get a Blu-ray. I will tell you if the Blu-ray is region free as well. I'll check that one out. And I'll check out to see if you've got the movie on here as well. You haven't got a prayer. Now, with this being the same cover, I will swap it over and see what is the alternative cover. As you do. Yeah. I think I've seen this unboxed by my good friend Nige, aka RockGod 2004. We're going to do a video nasty live stream again on Monday, upcoming, which I'm trying to think which date that is. Not too sure. I will put it up here to tell you exactly what it is. This might come out after that live stream. If it has come out after live stream, I'll leave a link in the description down below to that video. But if it's not, go and check out the live video, and you can come up and say hello and talk everything about Nasties. There's the synopsis there. So yeah, once again, thanks Craig. It's amazing to have this on 4K. It's amazing to have anything on 4K. Now I do know that when this was announced, that this one here, it looks absolutely brilliant. It's one of the best Blu-rays you'll ever see. And I thought, if this looks good on Blu-ray, what can this look like with HDR? So yeah, I'll be back at the end of the video to show you some screenshots from this movie. Cheers, mate. The picture quality to me is pin sharp with amazing colours, and also the dark levels, because a lot of this movie takes place at night or in dark scenes. It looks absolutely great. The black levels have been catered for. Everything's been catered for in here. And as much as I like the previous Blu-ray, this one has got a plethora of extra features on, which I'm going to dig into. So once again, big thank you to Craig Burton for hooking me up with this one. I'll leave a link down below to all his ways you can have a look at his media. And don't forget, soon he'll be coming back, and he'll be one to look out for. I'll give you more details about that when it actually happens. So once again, Craig, thanks a lot, mate. So first up, as I fight my way through a massive bout of hay fever, I'm going to call it sleigh fever, is Ebola Syndrome, the 4K Ebola Syndrome. Now, I want to thank my good friend Phil 4K Baker for sending this over to me, for cutting me a sweet deal with this one. Now, these Category 3 films from China were really hard to get in the UK. This was just in the early 90s. This was coming off the back of the video nasties sort of thing in the 80s. So the UK market was really sort of sensitive to this stuff coming in the UK, customs and all that. But we used to, me and John Hall, my good friend, aligned me from Vimy, and he used to supply us with stuff like this. And we heard good things about the Category 3 movies, so we wanted to see them, because we knew that they were putting out stuff that you couldn't get or see in the UK market at that time. So when I put this movie on, I was expecting to look quite gritty and quite grimy because of the subject matter. Warning, do not eat any food when you watch this thing. But surprisingly, it was an absolutely beautiful picture quality, which is a bit crazy considering what you're going to see in this film. It doesn't hold anything back. A really good movie, a really solid movie, and this slipcover, it's absolutely, well, obviously all these slipcovers are amazing. That's why I'm showing them off in this fashion. And yeah, it's not one for everybody, and do be aware that it's got some really sort of stomach churning things happening in this movie, for want of a better word. So, with a big shout out to Phil Baker, that is Ebola Syndrome. Next up, with a big shout out to my good friend Martin Cully, is Freeway. This is the 4K. Beautiful slip, as always. And it's great. These movies that you get from Vinegar Syndrome, like I keep saying, I don't know anything about them, but I always trust the Vinegar Syndrome will pick movies that I really enjoy. It's quite bizarre that they can do that, but I really appreciate that, because there's nothing worse when you get a movie and you think, on a good instinct, oh, it might be nice, or it might be good to watch, and you watch it and you think, what was all that about? It's just nothing to do with anything I like. But I kind of trust Vinegar Syndrome for their picks, that it's kind of going to be exactly what I want to see. And yeah, so the picture quality is absolutely fantastic on here, as always, and I can't wait to see that. So that's Freeway. And next up is a 4K of Freeway 2. Again, don't know much about this one. Big thanks to Martin Cully. And the picture quality in here is absolutely stunning. And these two, I just want to watch them back to back. I don't know if the same cast is in both movies. I don't think they are, but maybe some of them are. It's probably got the same premise on here. This one's got a subtitle of Confessions of a Trick Baby. Sounds interesting. Great cover. And yeah, I want to watch those two back to back. So that's the 4K of Freeway 2. And next up, and in my opinion, a Stone Cold classic, is the 4K of Invisible Maniac. This cover is absolutely sensational. It's one of the, I mean, Vinegar Syndrome do this to draw you into this movie. And with the cover is one thing where, I mean, going back to the 90s when you couldn't see, there was no covers that had anything exploitative on it. You just had to take what you were given, and they were just so boring compared to the ones you used to see in the video shop. You know, the video Nasties covers were just so garish, and you thought, wow, I can't wait to see that. Now, I like the way that Vinegar Syndrome seemed to redo that, and I'm all for that because we were starved in the UK, especially of a lot of years where you just had to see somebody's face staring off in the distance, looking at a gun, that type of thing. Just the title of the movie on it and what else. So, yeah, these things are just stuff that I just navigate to. I think most collectors do that, especially ones who have lived through this video nasty debacle. So this film is just so good. It tells a story of this guy who can make himself invisible. And what do you think he gets up to in those circumstances? He goes back to his old school and he goes back as a teacher and things happening there. And this girl who's pictured on the front, actually, she was an adult movie star and she actually took her own life. So a bit of a tragic event, that happened here, which is quite sad in a way when you read up about it and what happened. Very tragic. But this movie is, while it's a testament to her, it's a great movie. It's such a fun movie. It's such a ridiculous movie. Some of these movies are ridiculous, but that's what I like about them. Sometimes in movies, lines are just preposterous, stupid, and daft. But who cares? We're all about having fun in this game. So yeah, so a big shout out to Martin Cully again. That's the 4K of Invisible Maniac. Next up is the Section 3 Video Nasty, The Black Room. It's great when these movies come out because sometimes you just think that, like this one, you thought this will never come out anywhere. Nobody's going to release it. Nobody wants to know about it. And all of a sudden, Vinegar Syndrome will just chuck one out and you think, I can't believe it. It's out here. And the picture quality is pretty good. It's not amazing, but I don't think they've got so many of the best elements for here. But I found this movie to be, see, some of these movies get frowned upon, and these Section 3 ones are just sort of kind of throwaway. Maybe there's nothing to them. Maybe there's nothing really you can put in the video nasty section, for like the likes of gore and stuff like that. But I think this movie was really good actually. The premises of this couple who have this room called the Black Room, and people can come there, they can rent it out, and they can do stuff in there. They can live out the fantasies in this room. Now, what they don't know is that usually the people that pick up to bring in there, that this couple will get a hold of them and they'll take them away, they drain all the blood because the guy from this who owns this Black Room, he wants the blood because he keeps himself young with his blood transfusions, obviously. And the movie is about that. Now it's got a weird sort of twist in this where it's not really a plot twist, where the bloke who comes here, his wife gets a bit, what's going on here. And they've got an open relationship, so she doesn't mind doing anything, but she's quite inquisitive about this Black Room because she finds out about it. So she goes and visits the Black Room as well. So that's a good little twist to that. I'll just leave it there so we don't get too much of a plot twist. But it's really, really good movie. And I was expecting it to be okay, average, but I was really invested in it. So, heads up to Vinegar Syndrome for rescuing this from God knows where. So again, with a big shout out to my good friend Martin Cully, that's The Black Room. Next up is a Section 1 band video nasty, Don't Go in the Woods Alone. I really like this movie, even though a lot of people don't. It is cheesy, it is badly acted, it's got bad effects in it, everything about the movie is bad. But for some reason, just some of these things connect with me. I think you've got to have your band video nasty head on when you go into these movies when you say, right, this is not going to be the best movie I'm ever going to see. Am I going to enjoy it? That's all I think about. Am I going to enjoy this movie? That's the only sort of benchmark that I put on it. I don't say this has got to really, you know, make me think about life in general. It's not about that. It's just about having fun and just laughing sometimes along with these just really crazy, mad films. So if you're in the mindset that you think this is the video nasty, this is going to be the most outlandish gore fest thing I'm ever going to see with things that I've never seen in motion pictures before, you'll be sadly mistaken. You've got to take these with a massive pinch of salt, but I just like them, and I really think this is a great movie for that way. It's not a great movie, but I really enjoy this movie. To me, therefore, it is a great movie. And I want to give a huge thank you to Brum Horror, Paul and Rach. I'll leave a link to their Instagram channel down below. It's got a fantastic Instagram account, and hopefully fingers crossed, they will be coming over and doing a YouTube videos, which will be absolutely brilliant. Now, they sent me the Blu-ray of this, and I want to give a big thanks to Martin Cully. I'm sure Martin Cully got the slip for me, so I hope I got that one right. So never dismiss these video nasties. Yes, they might be trash, but they might be brilliant trash. So that's Don't Go in the Woods alone. So last up on this part is the 4K of Deadly Games. Now, I want to give a big shout out to my good friend Craig, aka Bumpers Movies, link down below to his channel. Now, recently he's got a massive haul from Vinegar Syndrome. I'm going to leave a link to that video down below. Please check it out. If you like looking at stuff to do with Vinegar Syndrome, you'll love that video. So I urge you to go and check that out. Like I say, a link down below. So Craig got in touch with me and said, have you seen this movie before? And I said, I haven't even heard of it. He said, do get it. It's kind of like, and there's a story behind it that people from Home Alone did copy this movie for Home Alone because this was made before it, and I think these lot took this as a French movie, and they took it to court, but they didn't win, and Home Alone was made. But if you watch this one, this is just like Home Alone, but with loads of violence. I tell you what, it's really well done. And I was so pleased that I would have never known about this if Craig had not told me about this. Also, I want to give a shout out to Jam Slips because this movie came without a slip. Now, as you know, the Vinegar Syndrome slips are just, stuff of legend. So I said to Jam Slips, I said, is there any way you can sort of get one of these? And he said, yeah, no problem. So he sent one of these over to us. And I was like, wow, this is just absolutely brilliant. So a link down to his Instagram account down below. If you want to if you want to get them hard to get slips, just get James involved and you'll get one straight away. Perfect quality, as you've seen from all the overhead stuff. So I had heard that this one was going to be a good 4K, but when I put it on, I was stunned at how good this was. It's amazing that Vinegar Syndrome could even know about this movie. As I said before, it's amazing how Vinegar Syndrome can pick these movies that, usually you've never heard of, but you can have a massive, great time with it. And obviously by word of mouth, by Craig saying to me, check this one out, because he's in the same mindset as me. He just wants to be entertained, wants to be drawn into the sort of crazy world of Vinegar Syndrome and these movies that they put out. If I had my way, if I won the lottery, I'd buy the whole lot because I would know that I would really like the whole lot of them. I think they cater to my needs more than any other company, actually, if I'm honest. But yeah, so do get down to all them people I've name checked down below. And also do check out I am Craig Burton's Instagram account. And also just know that he's going to come back with a great, fantastic stuff. And he's going to be talking about Nasties, which is absolutely brilliant. So thanks for watching. You take care, especially you, Craig, and all the other guys I mentioned on this video. And I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.